America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee.
Welcome everyone to the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman as part of Capital One Bowl Mania today with the Cincinnati Bearcats and the Virginia Tech Hokies about to do battle here from Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis as we welcome you to this final day of calendar year 2018. Happy early new year, everyone. Mike Corey, Reedy Ngolia, and Alex Cordry on the sidelines in a moment. Let's start with Virginia Tech, Reedy. Not the type of year they were used to having, but once again, they find themselves in the postseason.
Yeah, up and down for the Hokies. A very young team, but Mike, they got it going at the end of this season. Listen, they did what they needed to do to keep the FBS longest streak of bowl games, 26 alive, and it started with Virginia, their rival. It was a crazy game. Trey Turner blocked a punt here to get the touchdown. The Hokies came back in this one. There was fumbles on both sides, back and forth. Fumble into the end zone, they get the touchdown. They end up securing this win in overtime against their rival. 15 straight games against the Cavaliers to keep them alive, to keep that 26-game bowl streak intact.
Well, they also needed an extra win versus Marshall in an added game on December 1st. 2 strong wins to end the regular season. For more on the Hokies, here's Alex.
Mike, Virginia Tech has adopted the motto, complete the mission. According to defensive coordinator Bud Foster, he says it's time this team finishes what we started 2 games ago, and that's get a bowl win. But it's going to be a tough challenge for these young Hokies. Talking to Justin Fuente, he said he asked his team, how many of you have not played in a bowl game? And how about this? 75% of the team put up their hands.
Yeah, that's a lot, and they're going to be under a tough challenge here today versus Cincinnati, a team that had only 4 wins a year ago. Now second-year head coach Luke Fickell got them on the right track.
So impressed with Luke Fickell. You know, coaches take over a program, they always say change the culture. He's changed the culture at Cincinnati. They're playing excellent football, 10 wins this season, and really, to me, Mike, it's predicated on their defense. One of the best defense statistically in the nation, very aggressive. Started out the season excellent, 6-0, a win over UCLA, dropped a tough game to Temple in conference, and then went to UCF, who's nationally ranked, getting ready to play in the Fiesta Bowl against LSU tomorrow, and lost one there, but an excellent season for the Bearcats.
Well, a top 10 defense for them. How about their offense? Without the emergence of redshirt freshman quarterback Desmond Ridder, they would not be in this position, right, Alex?
No doubt. According to Luke Fickell, Desmond Ridder is everything that you want in a quarterback. He's the first person in the building every morning. His leadership qualities are off the charts. Not to mention, he's got a 3.8 GPA, but he's the type of alpha that these Bearcats have been missing.
Well, let's see if they can pick up win number 11 on the season for the Cincinnati Bearcats, Virginia Tech. And if a win today for them, Reedy, they would have 26 straight winning seasons. I mean, those numbers are out of control when you think about it in the landscape of college football, the way they can be that consistent if they're able to get a win today.
Yeah, and as Alex talked about, the young team, especially defensively, and just to get here to the bowl game, get a chance to get a 7th win. And of course, Luke Fickell, I talked about him changing the culture, and his kids are playing so good on both sides of the ball. Young quarterback, and I'm looking forward to this aggressive defense by Marcus Freeman, the defensive coordinator for Cincinnati. Got a feeling he's going to try to get after Ryan Willis in the Virginia Tech offense today.
Cincinnati won the toss, and they have deferred, so Virginia Tech will receive to start the game here today. And how about the crowd on hand as well for Virginia Tech? And they're packing the stands here today in Annapolis, Maryland.
My type of day, too, Mike. A little overcast, about 48 degrees. Good day to run the football.
Terrius Wheatley is back to return the kick for the Hokies and has it at the 5-yard line. Wheatley to the outside, and good starting field position here for Virginia Tech. That's a 31-yard return. How about the season that the Hokies had?
It started out great, right? 2-0, beat Florida State in the opener. And then things kind of got derailed when they got upset by Old Dominion. They lost their quarterback, Josh Jackson, a fractured fibula. Things started turning. You know, they lost 4 in a row in midseason, and then, boy, they got the win against Virginia. They got that 12th game, beat Marshall handily, and now they get here to the Military Bowl. So it's ending well for Virginia Tech. See if they can finish it off here.
Willis, and the pass out to Dalton Keene, the tight end, for a short gain on the first down play. Let's talk Ryan Willis here today for the Hokies. Renee, you and I met with him last night for a little bit. The junior transfer out of Kansas. What do you like about him?
Yeah, I was impressed with him. You know, watching him on film, I like the way he can stretch the field vertically. So, you know, look for Virginia Tech to take some shots against an aggressive defense that'll play a lot of zero coverage, which is man-to-man on the outsides.
Willis, keeper on the outside, Ryan Willis. And gets right back into Cincinnati territory. Tyrell Gilbert ran him out, but he's close to a first down.
Well, and that's the thing Ryan Willis can do. I think he's more athletic than people give him credit for. He's a big quarterback, 6'4", 223. This is a straight speed option. Great read, excellent block by Dalton Keene, the tight end, to kick out. And Willis reads it perfectly, and you know, Virginia Tech opens this game with 7 straight run plays.
Well, now it's Deshaun McCleese, and he is going to be dropped for a loss on a 3rd down and short. He's going to lose 1, so no first down. It's going to be 4th down now for Virginia Tech.
Well, and I believe Justin Fuente knew he had 2 downs to pick it up. He was going to go for it on 4th. They went with McCleese, the smaller back. He's more the home run hitter, as you said, Mike. People's back in on this 4th down. I would expect to see him carry the ball. Let's see if this offensive line can get some push up front. So far, they've done nicely in this drive. Big 4th down.
Fourth and 2 with Peoples, the deep back. It's a fake to him. Willis airs it out, and he's got a man, and it's Chris Cunningham who has the catch for the first and more down to the 21.
Well, just like I thought it was going to be a run, I think Cincinnati did great play fake by Willis to stick it in the belly of Peoples, pull it out. Chris Cunningham, the big tight end, you slide him on a corner route. Wide open, easy pitch and catch. Good call at 4th down there.
Certainly nice call there with Cunningham, who makes just his 6th catch of the season. And it's 1st and 10 from the 22 now. And it's Peoples, and he's going to be dropped as Michael Pitts got in there for Cincinnati. And you had talked about them in the open here, Rainey, the defense, the numbers. They've been outstanding for the Bearcats.
And they're aggressive. They get upfield, but right now they're kind of on the heels, really, because Virginia Tech in their run game, they're coming out here to trying to get the run going, doing a nice job up front, getting some movement, kind of backing up the Cincinnati Bearcats defense. They're not used to that.
9th play of the drive for Virginia Tech. Grimsley, the motion man. Willis airs it out into the end zone, overthrown, looking for Trey Turner. Very talented true freshman for Virginia Tech.
And talking to Coach Fuente about number 11, Trey Turner, he loves this kid. He plays special teams. He's unselfish. He does it all. He says he can play all 3 wide receiver positions. He's going to be really special here in his Virginia Tech career.
And the numbers on Turner not bad, almost 500 receiving yards throughout this season. Has carried the ball a few times as well. Does have a rushing touchdown as well. 3rd and 9 for Virginia Tech. Willis, another deep shot up for grabs. It is caught. A flag is down. And on the reception is Eric Kuma.
This is going to be a touchdown, Mike. He caught this ball and got it inside that pylon.
Touchdown is the call. 21 yards. Flag thrown right where he had made the catch. So Kuma, what a grab with the defender right in his face.
Well, and Kuma, 83, he's their 50-50 guy. He goes up for those 50-50 balls. He's a big receiver, 6'2", about 230. He's interfered with by Cam Jeffries, but Kuma with great concentration. Willis puts it up there. He goes up, makes the catch, gets it in for the score.
And the extra point from Brian Johnson is good. So Virginia Tech, 7-0. Their opening drive goes for a touchdown. Military Bowl from Annapolis back after this. Well, these two teams played in the Military Bowl back in 2014. Frank Beamer was up in the booth after undergoing throat surgery, but he was able to see J.C. Coleman rush for 157 yards and a touchdown. Hokies also had a crazy fumble recovery for a TD, made it 27-10. The Hokies won 33-17. Rematch of the 2014 Military Bowl here today in Annapolis.
Speaking of Frank Beamer, you see him right there. What a great year for him. Beamer Ball is going into the College Football Hall of Fame this year. Was inducted into the Orange Bowl Hall of Fame the other night, and one of the best all-time coaches in college football history.
We also put a statue of him as well out there at Virginia Tech this year, as a fair catch is called for by Charles McClellan for Cincinnati. So they'll start from the 25-yard line, and we get our first opportunity now here to see Desmond Ridder, the redshirt freshman quarterback out of Louisville, Kentucky. A dual threat, ton of leadership qualities for this guy. And coach told us yesterday when we talked to Luke Fickell, it's the quarterback and the coach that gets the credit when they do well. They also get the credit when they don't do well.
Correct.
It's been largely thanks to Desmond Ridder.
Listen, we've done a few Cincinnati games. The thing that impresses me most about Desmond Ridder is his maturity at a young age. And he really takes control of the huddle and the offense. He's a leader, exactly what you want at quarterback.
Michael Warren starts in the backfield. The first pass is out to Thomas Geddes, and he has the catch for the first. Geddes has been big for this team over the years, but just his 20th catch of the season. Moves the sticks here early.
Well, that's just too easy, right? If Bryce Watts is going to play way off Geddes like that, just a quick stop route, Ridder puts it on him. Nice pickup on first down.
Twelve-yard gain to the 37, 1st and 10 Bearcats. It's Michael Warren on his first carry of the day for Cincinnati. Bottled up a short pickup. What a season that he had, huh?
He really has. He's run really hard. Watching him on film, that's what I love about him, the yards after contact. But you see Virginia Tech, they know they have to stop the run. They haven't played well against the run this year. 105th in the nation defensively for Virginia Tech. Michael Warren, as you look at his 17 touchdowns, over 1,100 yards, they know they have to get their run fits today. Nice job right there. Dax Holefield, number 4, true freshman outside linebacker for Virginia Tech, has come on really strong lately.
Second down carry, look out, here he goes. Warren into Virginia Tech territory. 1st and more for the sophomore. 26-yard gain.
And he's not a burner, Michael Warren. 5'11", about 220 pounds. Great block. Look at those down blocks by the offensive line. Great blocking on the perimeter by the tight end. And it's just an old-fashioned sweep play as Warren gets it to the outside, runs that ladder, inside, outside. Nice pickup.
First down and 10 for Cincinnati from the Virginia Tech 40-yard line. Ridder with time, airs it out. Wallace incomplete. Divine Diablo was on coverage there, 17 for the Hokies.
And Virginia Tech came with a little pressure there. Good job by Ridder. Just a slight side step. Avoid that pressure in the pocket. Gets the pass off incomplete.
Second down give to Warren, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of just 1. Reggie Floyd on the tackle. Second leading tackler for Virginia Tech this season, now with his 81st of the year.
Yeah, the junior from Manassas, Virginia. He's the rover position. It's like a hybrid linebacker safety. Walks up, gets through, and makes the tackle. And that's what you need to do to Michael Warren to slow him down, Mike. You get guys in the box, you get that penetration, and you get him at the line of scrimmage before he can get a head of steam going.
Well, they're changing up now as Charles McClellan's in the backfield on a 3rd down for Cincinnati. Pressure comes, and they dump it off on the screen. And the Bearcats with McClellan. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown. What a play. 38 yards. And the Bearcats strike right back.
Charles McClellan, he's a true freshman. He's the change of pace back. It's just an option route, Mike. He comes out, he beats the linebacker. That's a mismatch. He comes inside, and then the run after the catch. What's impressive out of that young running back. Good vision, good speed. And a great answer by the Bearcats.
No doubt about that. His 8th catch of the season and first receiving touchdown for Charles McClellan. And Cincinnati goes right down the field on their opening drive. 6 plays, 75 yards, and the touchdown. Good start here to the Military Bowl, presented by Northrop Grumman from Annapolis, Maryland. The Bearcats and the Hokies tied at 7. Both teams joined with a local USO chapter. That's the United Service Organization, to put together care packages for active military service members. They also signed footballs, wrote some short messages to be inserted into the packages as well. You got to love what these teams do during bowl week, if you will. They come down here very early, do a lot of community service events. It's great to see.
And it's great. That's one of the aspects of bowl games, all bowl games, but especially the Military Bowl here. Everything they've done this week, it's really been an outstanding week.
7-7, Virginia Tech and Cincinnati. Each team scoring on their opening drive to start this game. Ryan Jones kicks off. Wheatley back to return. And we'll take it out from right around the goal line area. Wheatley. And stood up just across the 20-yard line. Ryan Willis now in company for Virginia Tech, deep in their own territory, and they're barely going to get out of the end zone there with Stephen Peoples. As you can see, Cincinnati bringing that pressure. Jarrell White came storming up there.
Yeah, and Brian Wright, number 11, was like shot out of a cannon, the middle linebacker, which forced the back to sidestep. And again, this is an aggressive defense led by Marcus Freeman, the defensive coordinator. He was a GA for Luke Fickell.
Willis on the keeper. We'll get across the 5-yard line, pick up a little bit of yardage there to give them a manageable 3rd down coming up.
And it was funny talking to Luke Fickell yesterday about Marcus Freeman. I said, what do you see in Marcus Freeman when he calls a game? It's you as a defensive coordinator. He goes, I tell you, Marcus is a lot more aggressive than I was, and he loves it.
Freeman spends a lot of time with the defense. Does a lot of great work with this group, and they rotate a lot of guys as well. Their top tackler has 53 tackles on the season. 2 players have 53. They rotate a ton of guys, and it's been effective. 3rd down for Virginia Tech. Willis not going to get away, and that's Cortez Broughton, and makes a tackle for Cincinnati, and Virginia Tech will have to punt.
Yeah, good coverage in the secondary. Willis steps up, and that Cincinnati defense gets up there, makes the tackle.
Big year for Cortez Broughton, senior for Cincinnati. Here's Ritter now heading out to the locker room. They're going to check him out. Winding down the first quarter. It's going to be Hayden Moore for the time being at quarterback when the Bearcats get back on offense. But we've reached the end of one. The Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman here from Annapolis, Maryland. We're tied at 7. Cincinnati and Virginia Tech. A rematch of these 2 teams when they played in this bowl back in 2014. Tied at 7. Second quarter is on the way here on ESPN when we come back. Start of the second quarter from Annapolis, Maryland in the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman. Mike Corey, Rena Angolia, and Alex Cordry. Good to have you with us. Happy early New Year, everyone, as we start the second with Virginia Tech punting. As they've had 2 straight 3-and-outs, and a fair catch called for and made by Knight up at midfield. Hayden Moore is the quarterback right now for Cincinnati, as Desmond Ritter headed to the locker room to get checked out, was tackled. And they were trying to work on his leg and injured on the sidelines. Now they work on him behind the scenes as Moore hands off and Tavion Thomas carries for the first time today. Here's what happened to Desmond Ritter a series ago that's put Moore into action.
Yeah, he gets flushed out of the pocket, throws away, he gets tackled. You see that right knee's already got a brace, and that right ankle, they took him off, they taped up that ankle. But now have since taken him into the locker room to look at him a little closer. We'll have to keep an eye and see if Desmond Ritter gets back in this ballgame.
Thomas again is close to a Cincinnati first down as Rashard Ashby makes the tackle for Virginia Tech. Thomas had went back to the locker room for a brief stint earlier in this first half as well. And there's Vinny Mahota, who is a little slow to get up. He's back on his feet for the Hokies.
And he's a tough guy. He might have got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there, but he's like, I'm okay. Oh, I'm back in, ready to go. one of the few 50-year seniors on this Virginia Tech team.
Yeah, not a lot of them. 3rd and 1, Cincinnati. Keeper by Moore. Hayden Moore, he's got the first. He takes a big hit from Reggie Floyd. And good for Hayden Moore, you know, a guy that Coach Fickle said was understood the situation when they put in Ritter. They said they were both going to get time in that first game of the season. Then ultimately Ritter took over. But he's just been a stand-up guy through it all because he's been sharing time a lot throughout his career.
And the biggest thing is because he is good friends with Desmond Ritter. I mean, they go out to dinner with each other. They're close. And that quarterback room has been solid because Hayden Moore handled it the right way. And now he gets a chance here as he steps in for Ritter in this ball game.
Michael Warren almost breaks another tackle, and that was Bryce Watts that was still able to bring him down for Virginia Tech.
We talked about Michael Warren, how hard he runs. Just watch the legs, always moving, always churning, low behind his pads. I love that. Running behind the pads, and Bryce Watts, number 5, makes the tackle. You know, talk about a tough kid. Bryce Watts, number 5. You know, he broke his forearm this year. Only missed 1 game. We'll talk about tough.
Right about that. Moore taking a shot down the field, and it is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Rashard Medeiros. What a grab for Cincinnati. 32 yards.
Yeah, Medeiros is the big play guy down the right side. Now, he makes the catch. I think his knee might be down before the ball crossed the goal line. I think replay will look at this. Maybe 1st and goal, but what a great catch by Medeiros. Goes up, makes the catch. Let's take a look. He definitely secures the knee's going to be down. Now, where's the ball when that knee hits? To me, it's short of the goal line. We'll see if we get a definitive look. A replay will definitely look at that. But at worst case scenario for Cincinnati, 1st and goal at the 1.
After further review, the runner's knee was down with the ball short of the goal line. It will be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
And D. Anderson, the replay official, good job, got it right. I mean, that's what replay is there for. Still a huge connection, though, between Hayden Moore and Rashard Medeiros. 1st and goal for the Bearcats. It's Michael Warren time now.
Absolutely. That's the look there. You see it. So down just inside the 1-yard line after the catch by Medeiros. And that's 6 receptions now by 6 different Cincinnati players. We'll see if Warren can punch it in for what would be his 18th rushing touchdown of the season. Warren. He stretches it, but was he down? They're going to call him down. No touchdown. He thinks so. They'll say his knee was down prior to the extra stretch.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's going to stretch it, but I think that left knee was down before. The stretch might have came just a little late. Line judge calls him down. And listen, if I'm Luke Fickell, offensive coordinator Mike Denbrock, give it to him again. This is an attitude thing down here with your offensive line. Led by Garrett Campbell, your center. You said, you got to move the offensive line. You got to move the scrimmage. Get me a yard.
Now Hayden Moore splits out. 2nd and goal. Warren. And he's tripped up. And he lost the ball. It's loose. And picked up. Let's see who they call it here. It's in the end zone. So either a Cincinnati touchdown or a Virginia Tech touchback. It's a touchdown. Cincinnati. Unbelievable. Warren fumbled, and the Bearcats recovered in the end zone for 6. And Khalil Lewis looked like he got on top of it, the wide receiver.
As the ball was fumbled,
as his arms are into the
end zone, recovered by the offense for a touchdown.
No, we saw Virginia Tech be a beneficiary of this against Virginia this year. Warren fumbles, the ball's out. Squirts out right side of the screen, and just excellent hustle by Khalil Lewis as he dives on the ball. There's a scrum for it. It gets batted into the end zone. I don't know if that was DeGuara, the tight end 83, and now it's the scrum, the old rugby scrum. And Cincinnati's able to jump on it in the end zone for the touchdown. And it was DeGuara, Mike, I think, that got in there late, tipped the ball.
Confirmed.
Virginia Tech had a chance to get a takeaway there. Would have been huge for them defensively. Can't jump on it.
Ryan Jones for the extra point. They're trying to make it 14-7 Cincinnati here early in this second quarter. And it's good. And we'll be right back. Early second, Cincinnati getting down the field for the touchdown and now leading.
You're awesome.
There's hashtag billboard as the fans in Santa Clara, California get ready for the national championship. The Alabama and Clemson a week from tonight. It's hashtag ESPN billboard. And the Sooners and Notre Dame kicking off the billboard.
Yeah, it's like that looks like the rock wall we climbed in Reno right there. But yeah, the Sooners fan and Notre Dame fan out of there.
On the return, Wheatley for Virginia Tech gets across the 25-yard line. See if Cincinnati defense tries to bring it here. They showed some extra men coming. Goes on the ground here to Deshaun McClease. Gets up to the 37-yard line, brought down by Marquise Copeland. 4 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Cincinnati leads by 7. How about the halftime performance to the national championship? Imagine Dragons. Been hearing them all season long here in college football, and we'll play the show for you at the halftime. The national championship game next Monday night here on ESPN. Willis, pressure from behind. He dumps it off. And on the screen, and it's going to be a first down catch by Keene. So Dalton Keene as Jarrell Wright makes the tackle, and another flag is down on the field here again.
There is no foul for an ineligible player downfield as the ball was touched first behind the line of scrimmage. First down.
And that confuses a lot of viewers at home. So even though you had a lineman downfield, as long as the pass is behind the line of scrimmage, that flag gets picked up. There is no illegal man downfield. It's a good job by the officials getting together, getting it right.
Virginia Tech back to McClease. Across midfield into Cincinnati territory. Copeland again on the tackle. Let's see where they mark this here. Maybe just shy of the first.
Good job by that Virginia Tech offensive line up front, though. Creating some holes for McClease.
McClease has the first to the Cincinnati 45-yard line. When you think about this Virginia Tech team and all that they have coming back here, everybody that you're seeing here right now besides Stephen Peoples and the right back is going to return, you would imagine, for Virginia Tech next season.
Yeah, and Alex talked about it in the open. 75% of these players on this Virginia Tech team have never actually physically played in a bowl game. Some of them have been on the sideline, but very young. The future looks bright for Virginia Tech.
Again, McClease, and he kind of scoots through and is going to pick up a good 6 yards on the play. You talk about not a lot of guys have been in this action. There's only been 2 players that were on the team back in 2014 when they played in the Military Bowl. Kyle Chung, one of them right there, 61, the offensive lineman, the left guard. His dad is Eugene Chung, the Virginia Tech Hall of Famer, and he was on that roster back in 2014.
Great lineage right there.
Now it's Stephen Peoples, who is back in for Virginia Tech, and he's held up to 36. Not much there. It's going to be a third down and short.
And they ran behind big Kyle Chung right there, the left guard.
It is third down and short for Virginia Tech coming back from the timeout. Willis heads it off, and it's Trey Turner. Turner breaking free, and he's going to have a first and more. How about the freshman Trey Turner?
Yeah, we talked about him early. Can do a little bit of everything. They're going to go jet sweep to the short side of the field. Turner turns it up. Plant that left foot, get upfield with that speed. And he's exciting to watch.
Hokies wasting no time. Right back to it. First down and 10. Willis slings it out, and Keene drops it. It'll be second down and 10. Let's go down to Alex. Got an update on Desmond Ridder for Cincinnati, their quarterback. Alex.
Yes, Mike, we just saw Desmond Ridder come back out to the field, but he came onto the sideline wearing a right boot. The team has said he is out of this one.
All right, so we'll see when Cincinnati gets back on offense here now, trying to hold up Virginia Tech from tying this game. Second down and 10. As Willis hands it off to Peoples. And Peoples going to be tied up around the 7-yard line. So Virginia Tech, I think, mixing it up pretty well here on the run, the pass.
And I like the offensive line player for Virginia Tech. 74, Braxton Pfaff that time. Right guard out in front, being very aggressive. They want to establish a run game. There's no doubt about it. You know, that's one of the things you do against an aggressive defense that likes to get upfield is, hey, we're going to try to punch you in the mouth. We're going to go right at you between the tackles, and Virginia Tech's done a nice job thus far.
Keeper by Willis, stretching to the end zone. The pylon, he's in, touchdown. Ryan Willis, the quarterback, runs for 6.
It's a zone read here. I want you to watch Ryan Willis at the end of the play. He's going to have the ball in the right hand. He's going to dive. That ball's going to cross inside the pylon before he touches out of bounds. Therefore, he has broken the plane, and that is a touchdown. The only thing that replay will look at, make sure that left foot didn't go out of bounds. Oh, and it did.
Yes.
After further review, the runner's left foot was out of bounds with the ball extended just inside the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal from that spot.
Actually, it's going to be first down, first and goal from there. So they're able to get the first, and that's a good call again by the officials.
Yeah, they got it right. No doubt. It's a game of inches, right? Because if Ryan Willis's left foot is just a few inches inbounds, doesn't clip that line, it's a touchdown. Nonetheless, first and goal inside the 1 for the Hokies.
Peoples in the backfield. He's got Keene in front of him. It's a handoff. Stephen Peoples. And no signal. They're going to say he's shy of the touchdown.
From the booth, I thought he was in. They're a little closer. Line judge has a better look. I thought he lowered those pads, fought through, and broke the plane. Remember, the plane is the very front of that line. It's not through the back, it's the front.
Yeah, that's close. I tend to agree with you, Randy. Here we go. Second and goal. Peoples again. And now we've got the signal touchdown, but we also have a flag down as well.
Offside. Defense, number 4. That penalty is declined. Touchdown is good.
And that was close, too. And now Peoples is getting a little help off the field. He got banged up after getting that touchdown.
Yeah, they go back to Peoples. Once again, he bends it back, takes a big hit, lowers the pads, clearly gets the ball over the goal line for the touchdown. You decline that offsides. And Virginia Tech's a PAT away from tying this game up.
The word clearly has to be used a little loosely here today.
I honestly thought they were going to stop the game and look at that one, that previous run, but
I agree.
They said enough's enough.
7:04 to go in this first half. And the extra point from Brian Johnson is good. So we are tied at 14 after all that. And we'll take a little break here. We'll be right back to Annapolis, Maryland. Welcome back to the Military Bowl, presented by Northrop Grumman as part of Capital One Bowl Mania here today from Annapolis, Maryland. 14 all, Cincinnati and Virginia Tech. Mike Corey, Rini Ngolia, and Alex Cordry on the sidelines. We have 7:04 to go in this first half. A lot of action, a lot of flags, a lot of reviews, and all this, and we're tied at 14.
I thought it was going to be a good game. I thought both these teams would come out and play well. It's funny talking to Luke Fickell, Cincinnati head coach. He said he calls it the GAS. We'll say give it a crap factor, right? Who cares the most in these bowl games to come out right away? And I think both these teams want this win today.
Fair catch was called for by Cincinnati. Now it's Thomas. And he's bottled up. He fumbles the ball, and Hayden Moore is able to get back on it for Cincinnati.
And it was Ladler once again that stripped the ball. I tell you what, if you're Virginia Tech, you're pounding your feet right now because you're getting the strips, right? You're getting the fumbles. Right. You're just not getting the takeaways because you're not able to jump on it. But clearly a fumble, another strip by Khalil Ladler, number 9. Just not able to jump on it.
Well, number 2, it's raining out as well, so we've had a few times that running backs, and we just saw the punt that was muffed, and now Moore rolling away from pressure and takes the hit at the 35-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd down and about 5. How tough was it securing the ball as a running back, when you played it in this way?
It is. It'll get slick. It definitely will. But you just, you got to hold on to it. And credit the Virginia Tech defense because they're making a concerted effort to get in there and strip the ball when the backer receiver is held up, and they're doing a nice job of it so far. They're just not able to recover the fumbles.
Now Cincinnati goes to Charles McClellan in the backfield. So we've seen all 3 here: Warren, Thomas, and now McClellan on a 3rd down and 6. Moore, low throw, and it is incomplete. Trying to find DeGuara that time, the tight end. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, DeGuara tries to get to the yard to gain the 40-yard line for the 1st down. Moore kind of throws it low, definitely skips in there. Good call by the crew. Virginia Tech will force the punt.
James Smith, the punter for Cincinnati, has had one outstanding season, averaging 47 yards a kick, which is good for 4th in the nation. Let's see what he does on this one. It's almost blocked. And the catch is made at the 25-yard line, and Virginia Tech nowhere to go. And we'll be right back after this. 2:10 to play in this first half. We're tied at 14. Virginia Tech back on offense with 2:10 to play in the first half. The give goes to McLeese, who breaks free. Down the sideline, Deshaun McLeese. And a big run across midfield for the Hokies here late in this first half.
Yeah, watch McLeese. He's that change-up back guy, home run hitter out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Good footwork, little dipsy-do, plants that left foot, gets down that left sideline. Excellent speed and a big play, and that's what you need. Now you're in midfield. Now you're in scoring possibility here to get down here and get some more points before half.
That's a 26-yard pickup that time by McLeese, one off his longest run of the season. And Virginia Tech still with all 3 of their timeouts remaining as well. Willis over the middle. It's caught by Hazelton, and that's David Hazelton on the catch for a 1st down.
Yeah, just a skinny post by Hazelton. Good arm strength by Willis. I like when those quarterbacks throw those skinny posts, those deep slants. Get it so the receiver can catch it and run after the catch. Did it nicely there.
Willis again on the pass, and again it is Hazelton. Nice grab. And how about this 2-minute offense here by the Hokies rating?
And the thing I like about Ryan Willis there, he threw that ball before Hazelton, his receiver, even got out of his break. The ball was in the air. As he turned, the ball was delivered on time. It's a nice job.
26, 17, 12. They're getting it in chunks here with 1:21 to go. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Give to McLeese. And he's trying to reverse direction, but he's not going to go far as Malik Clements makes the tackle in the backfield. And a nice job by the team's leading tackler for Cincinnati. It's a loss of 4.
Timeout. Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech with a 2nd down and 14. 2 timeouts remaining. 1:13 to go in the half. Willis takes off. And again, Cincinnati ready for him this time. Brian Wright there on the tackle alongside of Jarrell White.
Brian Wright, that middle linebacker, number 11, you see how well he runs to the football. He played defensive end last year. They moved some people around when Marcus Freeman kind of reorganized that defense along with Luke Fickell and said, he's better suited at that Mike linebacker spot. I think it's the right call.
And he's really had to step up due to the injury of Perry Young, who's a linebacker for this group, a junior for Cincinnati, and tore his ACL. And the right's been playing very good for the Bearcats. It is 3rd and 13. Willis on the sidelines. The catch is made Phil Patterson. So that's going to make things easier for the field goal try here for Brian Johnson on 4th down.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Cincinnati sent a blitz at Willis. Good recognition. Gets it to his receiver. Patterson steps out of bounds. It makes this field goal much more manageable here with 28 seconds left in the half.
41-yard attempt. And this kick is no good. So it does work out the way that Luke Fickell had planned it there, using the timeout. That's one way to look at it, right? And it's going to stay 14 all here after Johnson misses.
Yeah, good matchup.
Sorry for the audio problems there. We're going to take a timeout. The Mercedes-Benz halftime report on the other side. We're tied at 14, Hokies and the Bearcats. Welcome back to the Military Bowl, presented by Northrop Grumman as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Here from Annapolis, Maryland today at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. Good to have you with us, everyone. Happy early New Year. Mike Corey, Brady Angolia, along with Alex Cordry. Pretty good first half here. Tied at 14. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Brought to you by Serve Pro, and here they are in this evenly matched game so far. Randy, what kind of stood out to you?
I just think that the defenses both played pretty stout. We take a look at these stats. As you said, evenly matched. The big thing that stood out, though, 3 fumbles by Cincinnati, Mike, in that first half. But they recovered them all. Virginia Tech had a chance to get some takeaways, just couldn't jump on it. But a good first half for the most part for both teams.
First half stats brought to you by Serve Pro, and we are getting set for the start of the second half here now. And Cincinnati will receive to start the second frame. Trying to pick up their 11th win of the season. And they'll have excellent field position here to start. Let's go down to Alex and get some thoughts.
Mike Greeny, Cincinnati's starting quarterback Desmond Ridder is out with a right ankle injury, so had a chance to catch up with Luke Fickell and ask him about Hayden Moore. He said Hayden did a great job coming in, stepping in for Ridder's absence. He says, hey, Moore's a senior. It's time for him to shine. This is a big game for him. He's done really well in practice, and they expect a big second half for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Hayden Moore, this is your opportunity. Senior season, last game of your career. And Alex said something that it was key when we talked to Luke Fickell, is Hayden Moore prepared really well during the season. And that's why you prepare. You get ready each and every game, even though you're not playing. Until your number's called. It's called here, unfortunately, with the injury to Desmond Ridder. Hayden Moore stepping up to the plate.
3 of 5 passes so far for the 47 yards after a 3-yard run by Michael Warren. It's now 2nd down and 7 for Cincinnati. Moore's pass low and incomplete, looking for Malik Moj, a sophomore wide receiver.
Yeah, Virginia Tech sent a blitz that time. Hayden Moore tries to hit the hot route to Moj and just not timed up correctly.
You had said it earlier about sometimes taking second team reps. You don't get as many with the first team guys. You're a little bit out of rhythm, especially being thrust into action.
That's the biggest thing, I think, Mike, is timing and rhythm for a backup quarterback.
3rd and 7, Cincinnati. Moore, pressure in his face, tries to dump it off. That's dangerous. It's incomplete. And let's see if the flag comes out. Yes, we got one as Dax Holyfield put on a stick on a defenseless player for Cincinnati, the receiver over the middle.
For an injured player.
You're looking at a targeting call on Dax Holyfield for Virginia Tech as we went to timeout. They took it away. They announced it that there is no targeting on the play. We'll show it to you here in a moment as it's now 4th down for Cincinnati. They have to punt. And Watts here on the return for Virginia Tech, and he's going to be taken down across the 20-yard line. Let's go back to that last sequence, Randy.
That's the correct call by replay. The forcible contact by Dax Holyfield was to the chest of Michael Warren. It wasn't to the head or neck. He didn't use the crown of his helmet. It's the correct call to overturn that targeting.
So Holyfield able to stay into the game. No targeting, and it's now Virginia Tech football here as Deshaun McLeese is in the backfield. Warren was getting checked down on the sideline. Let's hope he's going to be okay. They've already lost their starting quarterback in Ritter, and then he just took a shot. And right now it's Virginia Tech on offense with a tie game at 14. McLeese on the carry. But he's done this before today, bumping it to the outside. Had a 26-yard run earlier, and this one goes for a first down and more, gain of 19.
And McLeese has done this a couple times, that he's got excellent quickness and foot speed. I love how he presses the hole, gets into the face of the linebacker, Brian Wright, and then gets to the outside for the gain. Is great quickness by 33, Deshaun McLeese.
He's got 66 yards rushing today on 8 carries, and now it's a keeper by Willis, and Ryan Willis is going to run for a first down for Virginia Tech into Cincinnati territory.
Yeah, I think the ref's going to mark him up a yard short.
Oh,
Mike.
you're right. Stepped out right before.
It should be 2nd and 1, and usually Willis gets past that yard. I think he believed he got past the 50, but they didn't give him the spot.
And that catch is made for the first down by Kuma.
Yeah, Kuma just with the quick out there. Of course, had the nice touchdown earlier as he goes up. Willis puts it on and makes the catch. Buttocks clearly in bounds.
Yeah. Boy, every single other play we've had today, right? It's either on the sideline. It's, wondering if he made the catch. Is he in? Is he out? Is it a touchdown? Is it not a touchdown? And a lot of close calls here in this one. 1st and 10, Virginia Tech from the Cincinnati 45. McLeese again. Breaks free. Deshaun McLeese. Marked out just inside the 20 as Derek Forrest finally ran him out.
Watch Smith, 54, Mike. Offensive lineman out in front. He's going to pull beautifully. Boom. Nice block. Yeah, 74 Braxton Pfaff as well with a seal block. And McLeese hits it right in there between those two Hokies.
Going to give McLeese a break here as Jalen Holston has come into the game for the first time today for Virginia Tech. Catch here is made by Hazelton for Virginia Tech. Yeah, I'd like to think that, Clemson has a chance.
I think they do.
They did before. They beat them,
I think it's going to be a good game, but I think ultimately Bama's got too much firepower, both offensively and defensively.
Everybody you talk to around the country, right? But that's why they play it. That's why it's going to be so exciting.
Sweeney, he'll take the underdog role,
yeah.
So can't wait for that one. But a lot of great football ahead of us before that one, including this one.
Dalton Keene in motion for Virginia Tech, and the flip is going to go out to McLeese, and Cincinnati's ready for it this time. And he's going to be dropped for a loss. And the combination of White and Clements that time for the Bearcats.
Well, in 51, Kamoni Fitz. Watch the play he makes from the defensive end position. Had a career year for him. The senior gets out there with speed, exactly what you want to do. Set the edge that contained from that defensive end. Force him back inside for your teammates to make the tackle. Kamoni Fitz is a kid that grew up a Virginia Tech fan, was a big Virginia Tech fan. He's from the Virginia area, and now playing against him in his final game as a collegian.
Willis facing pressure, gets it to McLeese, stays in bounds, and gets inside the 10. It's going to be close. Let's see where they mark this here. As Willis, a good job to get that one away. It's going to be 4th down, shy of the 1st. You go for this or what?
Yeah, I think Justin Fuentes is going to be aggressive here. I think they're going to go. And just as I say that, I think the field goal kicker is going to come out.
Well, they'll trot on Brian Johnson. Missed from 41 earlier before the end of the half. This is a 28-yard attempt. And this one's good. So Virginia Tech has the lead now, 17-14. We'll be back right after this. The paratrooper team, called Fast Track, consists of military veterans from the Rangers, Special Forces, and airborne units who have combined to make over 300,000 skydives. Landing first and bringing in the game ball today, that was John Hart II, U.S. Army Special Forces veteran. And here at the Military Bowl here today, presented by Northrop Grumman in Annapolis, Maryland, Mike Corey, Rini Ngolia, and Alex Cordray.
And we salute all the men and women of our armed forces and It's because of what they do. We get the freedoms in this country, this great country, and get to call football games and watch football games. So thanks to all the men and women of our armed forces.
I second that for sure, and also thank you to them not only for their service but for their sacrifice with their families too. I don't think people realize.
Out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Cincinnati now trailing by 3 with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Warren is in the game, and he gets the call. And here he goes. Michael Warren with a 1st down run, powering his way to midfield, taking on a good 3 defenders there for Virginia Tech. And that's what we're used to seeing from him this season.
And that's a person they need to get going in this second half is Michael Warren. I just love it. He's got a low center of gravity. See him break tackles, and he gets behind his pads. You'll hear me say that a lot. That just means he got a good shoulder lead. He gets low, and he always drives and gets those extra yards. Got to get him going in this second half.
Warren's in the backfield on this set. First set of downs, 1st and 10. Moore, good time, going deep, and it is overthrown. Rashard Medeiros inside the target.
And you saw 2 safeties in the middle of the field. That time, Hayden Moore just tried to drift Medeiros to the left side of the field where there was no safety, and just good coverage in the secondary by Virginia Tech. Tough for Moore to fit that one in there.
Warren on the carry right up the middle. Breaking free. Nobody's there. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And let's take a look at the touchdown run. Great blocking up front by Cincinnati. Just a little inside handoff. Look at that hole. I could even run through that hole in my old age. As Michael Warren hits it untouched, 40 yards to the house. And we talked about keeping him in check. He had 12 carries for 68 yards going into that carry. Now 13 for 108.
Rainey, once he broke through the first level, there was nobody there.
Yeah.
What happened there, Virginia Tech defense? That's too easy. Extra point is through, and now Cincinnati has the lead 21-17. And that is a school record 18th rushing touchdown for Michael Warren this season. Michael Warren is the first 1,000-yard rusher for Cincinnati since 2012. School record 17 rushing touchdowns now, 19 overall this season. That's good for top 5 in the nation, by the way. And Cincinnati's in front by 4. Virginia Tech will start from the 25. Coming up. Our staff can, but that's about it. Virginia Tech back to work on offense, and on the catch, it's Hezekiah Grimsley.
Well, and a nice little crossing route. The big wide receiver there for Virginia Tech. Kuma came across, almost kind of set a pick. I'm surprised the way flags have been thrown. They didn't throw one there, but Grimsley, the beneficiary, as he comes off, makes that catch.
First catch of the day for him. Now they go back to the ground, and it's Holston who's able to pick up the first down for Virginia Tech. Brian Wright on the tackle. Play fake to Holston. Willis goes up top. Kuma had a hand on it. Couldn't bring it in. Looking for a flag. We've had a lot of them today, but not on this play.
Well, they're letting them be physical between the receiver and the D-back, and I like that. And what I like about Cam Jeffries' 14 there, at the end, he looks back for the ball, right? And a lot of times, if you look back, even with that contact, you know, going both ways down the sidelines, they will let you play. And that's a good defended play there by Cam Jeffries.
We've had 13 penalties today, by the way. 7 on Cincinnati, 6 on Virginia Tech. Second down give to Holston. First down right in the Cincinnati territory. Jeffries on the tackle. And not before he gets to the 43 and picks up 14.
Well, we talked about the quickness of Deshaun McLeese. Well, I'll tell you what, Jalen Holston has some quicks in him as well. But he comes at you with a 220-pound frame, too. So a little physics going there with that quickness from Holston.
So Holston on the first down run. Looked like there was a miscommunication defensively for the Bearcats. We come up on 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Wright and White are both back into the ball game for Cincinnati, so that's a good sign. They both got injured a couple plays ago. Second down, Willis looking for Hazelton. Unable to make the grab. Kobe Bryant on coverage for Cincinnati.
And that's on Hazelton. Let me tell you something. That's a perfect ball by Ryan Willis. Not an easy catch, but that's where you put that ball. Far and away to the outside where only your receiver Hazelton can adjust and make that catch. He doesn't make it, unfortunately, for Virginia Tech, but it's a good ball by Ryan Willis. And now you're third and long once again, Mike. Look for some crossing routes like they did earlier. They've had some success against this defense.
Bunch formation for the Hokies. 5 for 11 on third down today. Willis pressured his face. Looks for Kuma. Backpedaling, makes the grab. Is he inbounds? They say yes. First down catch by Eric Kuma.
Well, when in doubt, how about a 50-50 ball to your big receiver, Eric Kuma? It's more like an 80-20 ball because he comes down with these, goes up high points, and gets 2 feet in bounds. Forget the 1. And it's first and goal for the Hokies.
What a tough catch made by Kuma. And now Virginia Tech with Holston getting inside the 5. James Wiggins on the tackle.
Well, and I really like Jalen Holston. He's only a sophomore. I love the speed and quickness he runs with, but again, he comes at you with a 219-pound frame. So you add that speed to that frame, he's going to win a lot of one-on-one battles.
Willis to the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Chris Cunningham.
Beautifully executed play, a little play fake into the middle of the line. You see the linebacker step up for Cincinnati. You slide your tight end Cunningham out into the flat. Nice easy pitch and catch. Willis to Cunningham.
Those are one of those calls right there. You suck everybody in. Tight end wide open. Cunningham, second touchdown catch of the season. And a 14-play drive that goes 72 yards over 4 minutes and 13 seconds for the touchdown. And Virginia Tech is back in front now by 3.
Yeah, I just love this play. We're going to circle the tight end Chris Cunningham for you. Watch the linebackers. You know, the box is loaded already. They're selling out to stop the run. He just slide the big tight end out. No one back there. Good play fake by Ryan Willis and an easy pass for the touchdown. How crazy is football? If Virginia Tech doesn't pull out that game against their rival Virginia, right? They fall to 4-7. Their season's over. They win that game. They get the makeup with Marshall. They're able to win that, and now they have a chance to win 7 games. From 4-7 to 7-6, world of difference.
No doubt about it. Puts Virginia Tech now on top thanks to that. And then the touchdown to Cunningham. Deguara in motion. Moore's pass, and on the sidelines, catch is made. Leonard Taylor. We're checking Trent Cloud on the catch. 13, the redshirt freshman, with just his 3rd of the season.
No, I think there was a mix-up because I don't think anyone covered Cloud off the line of scrimmage. Good recognition by Hayden Moore to get it to him, and he makes the catch. Keeps his drive alive.
And that's a 19-yard reception for Cincinnati, and now it goes to Deguara. And that's a short pickup there. But how about Trent Cloud, number 13, the wide receiver for Cincy out of Cleveland, Ohio. Redshirt freshman, just his 3rd catch of the season. They've got a lot of different players involved in their offense, especially in the receiving group. Experienced offensive lineman, and that is going to take us to the end of the third.
That's the end of the third quarter. Timeout.
It'll be second down for Cincinnati, trailing by 3 when we come back. You're watching the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman here from Annapolis, Maryland. This final calendar day of 2018. Fourth quarter between the Hokies and the Bearcats when we come back on ESPN. Fourth quarter about to get underway from Annapolis, Maryland. Here's our summary today. Warren has over 100 yards rushing for Cincinnati. McLeese, the same deal for Virginia Tech. The quarterback for Cincy, Desmond Ritter, injured in the first quarter, out for the rest of the game. And the fourth quarter now starts at Cincinnati with a second down pass play. And the catch is made on the sideline. And again, it's Cloud with his second catch today, doubling his total catches for the season.
Nice quick release and recognition. Hayden Moore not trying to get it all right there, but to get it to a manageable down and distance here on third down. Third and about 4, maybe 5.
Rain's been coming down here today all day. We'll have to see what they get here if they even try to go for 3 if they don't pick up the first. Moore's pass is caught, and it's going to be close right at the marker. Farley was on coverage that time on Cloud, and they should have it, and they give it to him. Yes, first down for Cincinnati.
How about Trent Cloud stepping up,
right?
Huh? Wow, big cushion. He gets to the yard to gain a little stop route. Moore puts it on him quick, and they keep this drive alive. Nice looking play.
Moore again. And the catch made by Malik Moj that time. Sophomore.
And you know, and it's simple now. I mean, Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, sees the cushion these corners are given. So they're just taking what the defense is giving them, 5-6 yards at a clip on the outside.
Second and 4, keeper here by Hayden Moore. Right up the middle he goes. Hayden Moore. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. What a run by their senior quarterback.
Just his own read, Mike. Run perfectly by Hayden Moore. He puts it in the belly of Michael Warren. He rides him, he pulls it, he sees the hole. Then he explodes through it. Rumble into the end zone. And Cincinnati has the lead.
19-yard rushing touchdown for Hayden Moore. Second rushing touchdown of the season for him. And the senior able to cap off a 10-play, 75-yard drive with a touchdown to put the Bearcats in front as he bangs the drum here in Annapolis, Maryland. Cincinnati, Virginia Tech. We've got a good one here in the Military Bowl as the Bearcats go back in front. That's Cincinnati quarterback Hayden Moore under the jacket there as he just ran for the touchdown to put Bearcats in front 28-24 with 12:44 to go in this fourth quarter today from Annapolis, Maryland. Mike Corey, Rini Ngolia, and Alex Cordry. As now it's Virginia Tech's chance to answer. Wheatley back to return the kick. You're going to step up to the 6. Terrius Wheatley, big hole up the middle, has a man to beat. Terrius Wheatley, and is taken down. Clements on special teams for Cincinnati, but it gets into their territory. A great return.
Well, the name Wheatley is familiar to you. Yes, his dad's Tyrone Wheatley. Great running back in his own right. Now, I don't know if Dad ever returned kickoffs like this. Terrius hits this seam hard. And great field position for Virginia Tech.
49-yard return that time for the Hokies.
Dad Tyrone, the running back coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sure he's watching this one. Son making him proud.
Play fake, Willis dumps it off Keene. Dalton Keene tight end, but caught in the backfield area. Cincinnati. Their defense flies around the football. That's the thing. You've seen these guys throughout the season. Top 10 in the nation in scoring defense. Hard to get points up on these guys.
It is. I mean, they were one of the best defenses, total defense statistically, was Cincinnati. They only came into this game giving up 16 points a game. So Virginia Tech already with 24. So winning that battle.
Holston's in the backfield for the Hokies here on a second down and long. Ryan Willis airs it out up top. Oh, the catch is made by Trey Turner. And a flag comes in at the end as well as Turner took a big hit. And the true freshman now needs some attention.
The result of the play is a completed catch for a first down. On the play, personal foul, targeting on the defense, number 2.
It was Tyrell Gilbert that hit him, a 40-yard catch for Turner. Here it is.
Get the team back over here.
Yeah, and Turner clearly makes the catch, and you can say to yourself, well, he's starting to run with it. You know, is he not defenseless anymore? It doesn't matter because you have contact with the crown of the helmet to Trey Turner's helmet.
Virginia Tech with a first down and goal. Holston, the running back. This game's gone back and forth here today. And the Hokies go back in front. It's Holston. Taken down just inside the 5-yard line by Cortez Broughton.
You know, now since he loses Gilbert there from the target, but they got back James Wiggins, 32, the safety, who missed the first half from targeting against ECU, their last game of the season.
Timeout on the field.
Willis from the shotgun. Holston behind him. Holston and fake to him, and Willis keeps it. It goes into the end zone. Touchdown. And the quarterback for Virginia Tech responds with a TD of his own, and they're back in front.
Boy, punch, counter punch in this game. Great fake by Ryan Willis as he puts it in the belly of Jalen Holston. Rides him just a bit. We talked about it earlier. I think Willis is a better athlete than people give him credit for, making plays with his feet. Gets it in there, and as you said, Mike, Virginia Tech back in the lead.
Yeah, the Hayden Moore quarterback touchdown run for Cincinnati, and now you've got the Ryan Willis quarterback touchdown run for Virginia Tech. Fair catch for Cincinnati. They'll have it at the 25-yard line after the It's Michael Warren trying to stiff on the defenders, going nowhere. Losing his helmet that time is Reggie Floyd, so he's going to have to come out for a play.
And that's the best way to defend Michael Warren. Get him going lateral, sideline to sideline.
Helmet of Virginia Tech came off during the play. He must remain out for one play.
You know, he's more dangerous is Michael Warren. You know, downhill between the tackles. So good job by the Virginia Tech defense. String him out. Make that tackle for no gain.
15 carries, 110 yards, and a touchdown for Warren. Moore, the time, and nobody's open. Oh, this pass is intercepted. Let's see, did it hit the turf? Khalil Ladler saying, I've got it. They're saying no. And almost a pick.
Well, this is scramble rules. Now, if you're Thomas Geddes and your quarterback's scrambling towards you and you got a long route, you got to break back to him like a missile. You got to keep running back. He actually wasn't. He saw that the defensive back was breaking back. Ladler, the linebacker, he tries to hit him and knock him off. But, boy, you got to come back and try to help out your quarterback. But this Virginia Tech defense might playing lights out right now.
This is huge right now. 3rd down and 10. Moore cuts it, that is intercepted, and it's Dylan Rivers, and Virginia Tech defensively makes a monster play.
And Dylan Rivers, the outside linebacker, another one of those young Hokies, only a sophomore, been nicked up this season. Great vision to read Hayden Moore. I don't think Moore ever saw him as he tries to get it to his tight end. Rivers steps in front, makes the interception. And boy, that Virginia Tech defense really stepped up that series. Offense got the ball in great position.
First turnover of the game by either team. First interception of the season for the sophomore Rivers. And the Hokies are certainly in business now. 1st down and 10. As a handoff to Holston. And he's only going to get about 1, maybe 2 yards. Michael Pitts on the tackle.
You know, in Virginia Tech coming into this game, only averaging about 170 yards rushing a game, over 220 now. And I think that was a big point of emphasis for them. Get the running game going to help out Ryan Willis, and they've done it today.
Well, McLeese is over 100 yards rushing. We saw Holston really have a good game here, especially in the second half. Stephen Peebles, the senior.
And Willis.
And Willis,
yeah.
right. Quarterback, he's run well himself. Another fake, and the keeper, Willis to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking at time for Dalton Keene, and good job by Cincinnati defensively to break that one up.
Yeah, good job to break that one up defensively. Not interfering, breaking it out.
6 for 12 on third down is Virginia Tech today. It is 3rd and 8. They can get a first down at the 2. It'd be huge if Cincinnati holds them to a field goal here to keep it a 1-possession game. Willis's pass, Keene has the catch, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the first down. Let's see if they spot him at about the 3. First down markers at the 2. What are you thinking here,
I mean, I'm aggressive. I like to go for it. You got momentum right here. You want to try to put the foot on the gas, but we'll see what Justin Fuente decides to do here.
I would go for it too.
I just think you got the momentum, right? You feel the crowd behind you.
Here we go. 4th down and 1. Offset eye with Keene and Holston behind Willis under center. First down at the 2, or for a touchdown. It's not going to happen. The ball is fumbled, and Cincinnati is going to recover it. Malik Clements stripped it, and Brian Wright recovers it for the Bearcats.
Well, they were going to pass it, Mike. They were going to try to do some play action and roll Willis out. We talked about the aggressiveness of Cincinnati. They get upfield at Willis. Yeah, he fumbled it, but it wouldn't have mattered. It was 4th down, so the ball was getting turned over to Cincinnati no matter what. Let's take a look at it. I formation. You see the fake to Holston, and just the defenders get there so quick. Malik
Recovered by the
Clements
defense. First down. Timeout.
knocks it away, and the Cincinnati defense holds.
Back to action here as Cincinnati has the ball, and now first down as the catch is made by Medeiros. So we had the turnover first for Cincinnati, interception by Virginia Tech, and then they turned it over on downs and were able to get any points.
And great field position, couldn't capitalize from the interception from Dylan Rivers, and the Cincinnati defense, which has really been their bell cow all year long, gets them the ball back.
And the handoff. It's going to go to Michael Warren. Warren breaking free into Virginia Tech territory and finally brought down to 32.
We talked about holding him in check. Now a couple big runs for Warren, and he's officially no longer in check with his numbers.
31-yard run by Warren. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the contest. Warren gets inside the 30-yard line. And we remind you, after the conclusion of today's game, the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One comes your way on the ESPN app immediately following the game today, so don't miss out on that. Post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One. Warren limping a little bit there. It's a long game for him, right? He's over 100 yards, well over 100 rushing, but some hard-fought yards today. 2nd and 7. Moore again powering his way down close to the 20-yard line. First down run for the quarterback. Yeah, he knows, right? When it's his last game, he's going to lay it all out on the line.
They've had success with that quarterback power. I like the patience Hayden Moore shows, lets those linemen pull out in front of him, and he wants a walk-off here. They don't want to kick a field goal tie this thing. They want to score. They want to run this clock down to the end. And if you're Virginia Tech, you only got 2 timeouts left. But if you're Justin Fuente, you got to start thinking about taking one.
The rain has finally stopped a little bit here now in Annapolis, Maryland. This is Warren spinning his way inside the 10-yard line. It's going to set up a 1st and goal for Cincinnati.
So the clock will stop on the 1st down. It'll set and rerun. And now if you're Virginia Tech and Justin Fuente, you got to get a stop here, and then you burn one of your timeouts because you got to try to save yourself some time if Cincinnati scores and takes the lead here.
Right.
Otherwise, you see Cincinnati, they got the brakes on. You got a senior quarterback in Hayden Moore. Just taking your time, let the play clock run.
1st and goal, down by 3, Cincinnati. Warren, here he goes. Michael Warren stretches, goal line, touchdown. Bearcats back in front.
We talk about the power that Michael Warren runs in. I love backs that get stronger as the game goes on. He lowers that shoulder, has to get that ball across the goal line. That front plane looked like he did it to me. Back and forth game once again.
Lee Ryan Jones here to try to make it 35-31. And that's what happens. So it's a 4-point Cincinnati lead here now with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go. Back to Warren with a touchdown run.
Yeah, get behind those pads, the big back, power in, smell that goal line. Get it in there, big fella.
You had said it earlier about great camera work. Just want to thank our 3 main camera guys we've had with us all game. Sam Wilson, Troy Duvall, Michael Glenn. Our crew core camera guys been with us all year. Great job, guys, among many others here on the broadcast today. What do we have here today with a 4-point game with the Bearcats leading, but Virginia Tech with plenty of time and still 2 timeouts left. Remember, they had a big return the last time by Wheatley, who got it all the way into Cincinnati territory at a 49-yard return. See what happens here. He's got a chance at it. Well, instead, inside of the 15-yard line on the return, it's going to be Coleman Fox. And Fox gets up close to the 30, and now Virginia Tech will go to work.
They need a touchdown to go down and win this bowl game and keep that winning season streak alive.
Willis guns it, and on the slant, the catch is made by Hazelton. 1st down reception just before the 40. Cincinnati also playing for a lot here today, trying to get their 11th win of the year. Should be the most since 2009. Check it's going to be a 2nd down and 2, and the pass is behind an intended target, Grimsley. He'll spot a couple yards shy of the 1st. Now he got 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and he wanted Grimsley to slow down there. He was running into the backer. That's why that pass ended up being behind him. But you're right, 3rd and 2. But of course, you got 2 downs to pick this up here. So don't be surprised if they run it here as well.
Well, the first of 3 bowl games here today on ESPN. You just saw it. Got the AutoZone Liberty Bowl and the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl coming your way right after us. 3rd down and 2. Willis tries to go to Hazelton. It's intercepted. There was a flag down, however. Derek Forrest has the interception for Cincinnati as he takes it back into Virginia Tech territory. But as I look to you, Randy, you're saying, don't even worry about it. It's coming back.
14 Cam Jeffries they've really gone at him. It looks like he's going to get called for a pass interference as he grabbed the receiver, and this one's going to come back. See how my vision is. I'm pretty sure from the booth it was 14 Cam Jeffries that grabbed him.
Pass interference. Defense, number 14. That's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot and results in an automatic 1st down.
Officials are with you as well, Randy. 13th penalty on Cincinnati today.
Yeah, let's recognize him for you here. ID him right there. He's going to grab the receiver, Hazelton, as he gets to that corner route. And really not much, but that left hand kind of hooked the hip, and the back judge is looking at such an angle, and you see the flag come in there. He's going to call that.
And especially when the contact like that ended up being an interception too. Willis has passed low for Grimsley. And now we have 44 seconds remaining and a 2nd down and 10 for Virginia Tech. Remember, they need a touchdown here. They're down 4, so.
Well, if you're Cincinnati, you know, like Marcus Freeman, be aggressive. Get after Ryan Willis. Don't give him time. But just make sure on the back end, you don't get beat over the top. If they're going to complete passes underneath, that's fine. Come up and make the tackle. As you said, they need a touchdown. It's not like they're trying to get in the field goal range.
Right. 44 seconds left here to go 48 yards. Willis up top. Hazleton tries to make the adjustment. It's intercepted. Picked off by James Wiggins. No flags are down. Cincinnati is going to start the celebration. James Wiggins, who had missed the first half of the game because he had a targeting called on him in the last game in the second half, has now come back to make this play.
And we hadn't called his name out at all in this game until right now. And it's a big one for the sophomore safety. James Wiggins comes over, playing center field, makes the catch. Good coverage by Kobe Bryant. The corner doesn't interfere. And Wiggins makes the catch. And hopefully, for a Cincinnati Bearcats fan, seal this victory.
4th interception of the season, too, for Wiggins. And a celebration for Cincinnati on their sideline now. And that's going to do it. Luke Fickell, 2nd-year head coach for Cincinnati. 4 wins last year. They knew they had work to do, and they certainly got it done this year. From 4 to 11. 11-2 for the Bearcats as they're going to win the Military Bowl.
And the Virginia Tech winning record streak ends. So, a young team, lot looking ahead for them in the future. But as you said, Luke Fickell and his Bearcats, 11 wins, and a much-needed win for the American Conference in football. 1-4 coming in this game. Big one for the Bearcats.
No doubt about it. Got to thank Russ DeLynn and Sean Sullivan on stats. Brian Corder, my brother, a spotter, did a great job all season. And Tim McDermott, our booth coordinator, did a great job this year, my friend. That's all for us as Cincinnati wins the Military Bowl by the final of 35-31 over Virginia Tech. For Rainey and Golia, Alex Cordry, I'm Mike Corey. Thanks for watching. Post-game trophy ceremony continues on the ESPN app. Now to Memphis for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl.